Germany's health minister wants to make it harder for teenagers to drink. He's pitching an end to accompanied drinking, which permits teenagers between the ages of 14 and 16 to consume beer and wine in a public place as long as they're in the presence of their parents. Germany has some of the most relaxed drinking age laws in the world. Deutsche Welle correspondent Stephen Beardsley joins us now from Berlin. Stephen, g'day. So what's behind this new plan?
Yeah, Germany has some of the most relaxed laws in the world when it comes to drinking. Already at 16, someone is allowed to drink beer and wine. That's lower than many other countries, and even its neighboring countries, such as France and Italy, where the minimum age is 18. So when you count in this exception, that means that already a 14-year-old can drink beer and wine, multiple drinks, in a public place, restaurant, a hotel, as long as they're in the presence of their parents. Now, keep in mind that earlier this year, Germany had a partial legalization of cannabis, which set the minimum age there for consumption at 18. And so that's made this kind of discrepancy between the two a bit more glaring. And that's why I think you're seeing lawmakers return to this issue. We know that at the state level, they've been working at it for a while, and now at the federal level, they seem to be ready to go forward. The health minister, Karl Lauterbach, saying there's really no two opinions about this issue when it comes to the health of adolescents and the effect of alcohol, and that it doesn't make a difference whether they're in the presence of their parents or not when they're drinking.
And so to what extent is youth drinking a concern in Germany?
Well, we know that in recent years, it's really been binge drinking that's been the concern here. We do see that every year there are thousands of young Germans between the ages of 10 and 19 that end up in the hospital because of alcohol. We also see that those numbers have really peaked in 2012, that they've been going down, and that really with the pandemic, they took a deep dive as many of the parties and festivals sort of went away during the restrictions. We see the same thing on the adult side. At the same time, we know that here in Germany, there is a higher consumption of alcohol in general than in many other parts of the world. But really what this is about, what's really changed in most recent years, is this consensus from the health community about the harmful effects of alcohol on the adolescent brain. We know now that brains develop through the mid-20s. We know that we're seeing more studies that really say that it has a deleterious effect on adolescent brains. And we know that now the WHO is even saying that there is really no safe amount of alcohol at all to drink.
So is anyone expected to oppose this new measure?
Yeah, when this issue came up earlier this year, we saw that there actually was some opposition, and that was from the hotel and restaurant industry. A spokesman for one of the industry associations saying, look, a problem has been created here where there was no problem before. This law has been on the books, and this is a way of younger people to participate in family events such as weddings, receptions, things like that, where they might not be allowed to have a drink under other laws, but they are expected to participate, and that really it's about having a respectful relationship with alcohol and developing that respectful relationship instead of drinking secretly and alone, which would be far more dangerous. And they also say that really this is about the cultural heritage of a country like Germany, which is very proud of its beer and wine production here. And I think that if you're going to see opposition in the coming months, is going to be along those lines, that this really is a cultural touchstone that's going to be affected here, and that really the state is trying to put its judgment in the place of family judgments. But I think, again, just given the mountain of medical evidence out there, given the fact that Germany is an outlier amongst its neighbors, and just given the consensus amongst state health officials here in Germany, including from Bavaria, the southern state where there are the most beer brewers, which is a very traditional beer-loving state, we see that there's also support for this measure. So I don't imagine anything happening that's going to get in the way. I do think that it will be raised up to 16.
OK, Stephen Beardsley reporting there from Berlin. American actor Shelley Duvall, who starred